Hey Aries. Well, I gotta say, I meant to be doing this, what, it's like 3 weeks ago? And the reason for the delay, if you're one of the ones who, one of the like 200 and some odd people, maybe how many at this point? A lot, for me, that have watched the last reading I did for you, Aries, then thank you, because those numbers went way off the chart for me. I have an Aries sun. I'm born in the Taurus season, but I have an Aries sun. And I wanted to point out, like the sun's just been in Taurus for a little while now. It doesn't get to stay in Aries for very long. Not a full 30 degrees, shall we say. But you might have a Pisces sun, okay? You might still very strongly identify with Aries energy, but you might want to check into the sun for me is your triggers and instincts. And I've been gone because this year every time, but this year was spectacularly insane for being triggered. 5 weeks, 6 weeks of triggers now. And I have a story about this particular deck that I went and picked up, but I'm just going to skip it and we're going to get right into your reading. I've pulled out the Kuan Yin, the Wild Kuan Yin oracles from Alana Fairchild. The painter is Chinese. The scenes are Tibetan. I've put his information, his name and information link in the description. And I have a wonderful story about Pamela Coleman Smith possibly helping me, but along with W.B. Yeats, the poet. I got into it at the beginning of the other readings. For now, I'm just going to get right into. I'm working on the Cancer's house in my astrology book. I just finished up Scorpius's a few weeks ago, and let me just say, the fourth house, Cancer's house, the Moon's house. It is. There's a zero tolerance policy in that house that we all need to start paying attention to, because if there's stuff going on in your life ever that's harsh. And it might be through no fault of your own, but it's gonna be tied, I think, strongest to fourth house at this point. Okay, so having said that, Aries, yes, let's check where you're at in this huge transformation of yours. When I was sort of doing a pre-shuffle, and these two cards flipped out. And I'm gonna sort of put them to the side up over here. I'll hold them up to the camera later if they end up being relevant to your reading. They might have been just for me to check my energy, but since I'm an Aries sun, it might still resonate for you. My Chiron's also in Aries. It was for many people around my generation, which would be, I was 1978. All right, got a couple more here. Okay, beautiful. I picked this deck because it carried such nice sort of Aries, Taurus, spring energy to it with all the buys. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold them up to the camera because I know that you can't see them and they so deserve to be looked at closely. I'll put a photo of them, of course, in the thumbnail, and I'll read them at the end. So let me just get up to check. Get the focus on that. See how close I can. I've got railroad tracks, ties, this scenery in the back. It's going to be so detailed. You can get some sense of it. You can get this deck as there's an app for phones that you can also, I have that on one of my other phones, but just incredible work. And here's the other one. And Wild Kuan Yin. So Kuan Yin is an energy that I accept as sort of, she seems to me, an aspect of Grandmother Spider, Kali. She's a very gentle energy. She was someone according to the story, that she was able to, her time came to be able to go up and hang out with the gods or live an immortal life elsewhere, and she elected to stay on Earth to help all generations with her gentle energy. So it's just very gentle, sort of messianic story. And yet she packs a punch, I'll say that much. So let's just shift the focus back. Let's grab this page just to check the focus. And then we'll shuffle and see where you're at. Okay. Get these up there. Alright. So I removed the timeline from the other readings because I had them timed for the first half of May. And they've ended up being, there are a few huge things I have left to finish. And I am being heavily targeted while finishing them. And I wouldn't be surprised if you are also experiencing something similar. And the unique problems for me is that I have a Pisces mind. My Mercury is in Pisces. I'm a Scorpio rising. My Saturn and Mars are in Cancer. And so when I take a hit, I'm at the bottom of the ocean for quite a while. There's not much my Taurus Venus can do for it. Oh, my Neptune is also in Scorpius. Okay. So let's just, it's not that I'm not disciplined, it's not that I don't know how to keep a schedule. I answer to a bunch of guides. There was also, Sloan Bella has announced that, and it's coming straight from my evidence, that the murder of her, the death at least, and we would say murder of her son, Keith, being covered up by Masons. I sent her an 86-page report back in January. That's why I disappeared in January as well, was to do that 86-page report of all my evidence. And so, in the meantime, I'm facing off with people I believe are the online faces and names connected to that. And I've been doing that since November. So they shut down my one account in retaliation, my research account, Hampstead Research. And yeah, so things are going to get a little bit, I don't know how highly charged they're going to get for me now that Sloan has publicly stated that. I'd already been saying it to the people in her Crime Pursuit page on Facebook since October. And so, yeah. Okay. All right, Aries. Thanks for bearing with me. Here we go. How are you? Straight out. Wow. Okay. Feeling that energy. Knight of Swords. Now for me that is, what am I just looking at the bottom? Since it's going to be flashing out of the camera anyway. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. I put this as Libra energy, so 7th house energy. So some sort of justice situation, some sort of contract or partnership, or, well, let's find out. Let's modify. Now, is this Knight of Swords you? Probably. It's got some fast movement there. That's Aries movement. Okay, I'm going to take it sideways. I made a mistake. I turned one card for somebody the last time I checked. I took a card that flew out sideways. I put it in reverse, and I got to go back and fix that. Okay, so crossing energy, but literally sideways energy as well. Yep, okay. So what was I saying about a contract or a partnership? Here we go. Here we have that wavering between... Exactly. We've got more... See, since I put this as a Libra, it's ruled by Venus, and we've got Venus energy here, as I put it with this with Taurus. So there's something about needs and wants, attractions, appetites. Something needs to be weighed against the other. Okay. Wow, this gets quite clear, doesn't it? Now, okay, so this... What was I saying about don't negotiate the magic out of your contract? You need to be completely embraced in your magical self in order for this new work to be exactly what it should be. So on the one hand, we have this new beginning. On the other, okay. Okay, so you're in magician mode. Here we have what is been negotiated between me and my guides, as when the major arcana flips out for me, it means divine timing. Otherwise, they'll find another way to say it to me. Okay, so you are in magician mode, which is excellent. So what is the problem? There's a conflict with someone. Maybe because you're so powerful and they're not caught up to you. I'm going to take that in this direction. Yes, okay. It looks like you're not sure which way to look. That's what it looks like. Now the Page of Wands I know has a reputation, but I don't necessarily assume all traditional meanings. They'll let me know if they want me to. But if we juxtapose this Page of Wands with the Magician, it seems... I'm going to take it this way. Right, okay. Stuck. So we're stuck. You're stuck holding your position. This is a transformative card. This is a 7. This is you becoming who you want to be, because we're in Wands energy. This is very self-oriented energy, yes? So there will be contract involved. There will be soulful work involved, absolutely. But this is... Okay, we've got Leo energy, leadership energy, 5th house creative energy, or even, shall we say, expressive energy. And this page is not a leader. You need to be in king, queen energy. So we have stress. Is it... okay. There's one that's kind of flipping over. Wow. So look at these 2 pages upside down, which explains this 2 of Pentacles and this Knight of Swords. They're both upside down looking at each other, and one's... their apologies upside down, and I'm not sure if they want... There's an unexpected message, but it's God. Okay, so... Now the question is, are these 2 people or is this you? Wow. Okay, so... Well, this King of Cups... can't, I mean, the Magician is got all things blazing. So we've got this King of Cups obviously holding you back. That's what I want to say. Because we have this opportunity, we have this new beginning, we've got Magician energy, but here somebody's throwing you off balance. You're stuck where it involves somebody else, and it looks like, and you're stuck holding your ground or losing your ground. Well, okay, so there's a whole family here. Look at that. It's a whole water family. I'm going to put this as Pisces energy. I'm going to put that as Cancer energy. But look at that. That's a whole family. What else is there to say? I've got... I mean, I'm missing the Knight of Cups. Maybe he's too intoxicated to show up. He's lost. Wow, what the heck has turned them upside down? What the heck has turned them upside down? Okay, so... interference. What was I saying about 7th house issues? I realize this is 2nd house, but it's conjoined with Venus, through Venus ruling, and it has everything to do with wants, needs, appetites, attractions, and more divine timing. So there's outside interference, outside influence. And maybe these guys had power and control, and they've lost it. They're losing it. I mean, we have a teacher role. New student possibly becoming a teacher. It could be representative of Taurus season. Oh, 2. Great. This is quite the read. Okay. So, now my favorite card. It came out that way. So this 4 of Cups, this Cancer energy, this being guided, and this Page of Swords looking back. Now this is my... See, being Scorpio, I do so much of this. I just go looking for the evidence, looking for the information. For those that take this as a negative card, as somebody's, spreading crap around and, smear campaigns and, not minding their own business and stuff. No, my first take on any card is to look for the positive in it. And because what else is there to do but progress? What do we want to give our attention and time to? We're here so that... Let me just turn the fridge off. We're here to focus on problem solving, and I'm not saying, look, I spend enough time with the jerks, with the murderers and stuff. Figuring out how they do what they do and getting evidence against them. I'm not trying to avoid the negatives here. I'm trying to say that appearances, always look past appearances. There's nothing that appears wrong with this page. So somebody knows something, it doesn't like to be underestimated, or doesn't mind, actually, what I was going to say. Doesn't mind being underestimated. Likes to pick his or her moment. Yes? Wait and watch and see how things pan out. Not at all this energy of holding back in that sense. This person should be quite guided in their search for knowledge. They're very quick-witted, quick-minded, sharp-minded. Yes, they are alert. This is not necessarily. So we have a 4 here of, and I'm put this is Gemini energy. And now we have hesitation, but stability. There's this boredom, possibly. This being stuck, and wanting to get, okay, because this Page of Swords obviously relates to this Knight of Swords. And I had a 4 of Cups in reverse come out for Capricorn, and I wanted to go back and do a retake on my interpretation, because I found out after doing that, and that reading got a lot of views. It was resonating strongly beyond my normal reach and range. A couple days after doing it, I found out Capricorn, who's one of my clients who has like 6 placements in Capricorn, had lost somebody very close, had died. And so this I took as, oh, wait a minute, okay, it could mean it's all to do with 4th house, so it could mean losing somebody. Now, so I take this as a family card, obviously, and there could be this, they've got these 3 cups here, and I've got 3 people in reverse here. So I think somebody wants to strike out on their own from this situation, is what I think. And they're not sure. They're not sure. You're not sure. You've got all your power, and it seems like your power is just throwing them off. And what to do about it, because you haven't had to make up your mind about this before. Maybe echoes of it, but it's on a whole new level now. Yep. This Leo energy of self, of, you know, claiming your own space, is leading back to the 4 of Wands, which is another home card. It's another stability card. It's another, you know, the sandbox. Is the time to leave the sandbox because it's the wrong sandbox. And so this is a necessary change. Again, like, I don't interpret the 5s and the 7, you know, as anything inherently bad. Conflicting beliefs, conflicting desires, and there's nowhere to go from it, because we've got basically a form of judgment here. I'll put that with the 7. You need to transform. You have to transform. There's no, you can't be a magician and not fully embrace the 7 of Wands. They can't be allowed to get in your way, and they're not being allowed to get in your way. The Hierophant is here in some form, shape, or form. Let's see if we can find out what shape or form. It's slapping, but I want it to fly. Please. But you already know that. Okay. And then they send it flying. Thank you. Okay. Leo, 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 Leo. Strength sideways, 2 of Pentacles sideways, another Leo card sideways, a Leo card upside down. This Moon energy harnessing Sun energy. So your conscience harnessing your triggers and your instincts, right? So that they work together. You want to be strong in your instincts. As typical for me, because I work so closely with Kali, she's the one that showed up in my life. I mean, I come from a 26 years as a Christian background, and well, Jesus wasn't a Christian, so and I'm fully that's where a huge part of my journey is to uncover the truth behind Judaism and Christianity, and therefore the Abrahamic religion. Yeah, Bible's from Saudi Arabia. Okay, all right. Excellent scholarly book on that, Salibi, and few people know about it, but I'm one of the ones that does, because I was led to it. But that's a whole other, but I'm going to say, what I'm saying is that I feel like, in terms of who is pulling this together for you and interfering and bringing it to a head, because I feel like there's a Tower moment here. a Tower experience. And I was asking for who is interfering. Is it somebody on Earth? Somebody on Earth, but it's now possibly a Leo is interfering. But I want to say this is more divine timing. This is more divine. I wanted that, it came out as the explanation for that. They can only work with the cards so much, right? So I want to say, yeah. Because if we take this Lion to be your core self, your Leo self, your expressive self, yes, which is suffering, and she will come in, these people are not in tune with her. These people are out of alignment with their lunar energy. They're out of alignment with, like, this is why these people came through, is they represent the psychic connections, the guidance, right? And they are not being guided. They are not in the way that they should be. You know this. You know this. Okay? This guy's super guided. So she is coming in to help you with yourself. And this is no, like I was explaining about Kuan Yin, she is gentle, but packs a punch. Okay, Aries. And obviously so that you can be this magician. Anything else? Yes. Something else. One last card. Oh my God. How beautiful is that, Aries? 10 of Cups. You are fully guided. Every one of those 10 cups is a, you know, it's representative of at least one spirit guide. And here's a family situation that's all golden, it's all good. So whatever the situation is over here, she's pulling you into. I'm not saying that these guys are a lost cause. I'm just saying the timing is done for them right now, because she's heading you in this direction. So let's just, I'll wait for whatever that, whoever's running water in the apartment above me. And let's just check with these, which ones, okay. I want to say this one, got this one first, right? Unpredictable grace. It is not lack of courage that makes you question the path before you sometimes. It is uncertainty. Holy shit. Yep, here we go. Okay. There is no need to doubt, just steps to take, one after the other. And as you do all this, all can then unfold as it must, with the blessing of my powerful, if unpredictable, grace. Well, I would say this is, she's showing up in an unpredictable way. Yes. No need to doubt, just steps to take. It's detail work. It's the detail work. It's the detail work, and they're bogging you down in the detail work. Is that what it is? They're probably being assisted in that. Something like, I would say something like devil energy, right? If they're all out of sync with her, then they're in sync with or they're open to being in sync with something else. And therefore, now you want to be careful. You want to be careful, like, and he's heading straight for them. He's above them, actually, but okay. So let's see what this one says. Sister of Shambhala. Put your faith in the light. Put your faith in the dark, too. Kali is dark. Darkness. Feminine is darkness. And believe that, well, and I'm a drawing instructor, so you need light and dark and all the spectrum to make a picture. It does not correlate. It's Masonic to correlate it to good and evil. Just ask Malcolm X. Put your faith in the light and believe that good things can happen and will happen. We do not need to deny darkness, nor do we need to place our minds there. There are lighter dwelling places into which our minds can settle. trust in the spring that follows the winter. So what I would say is, we do not need to deny evil. Like I was saying, I'm not out to deny evil. I deal with it. But we don't need to let their crap absorb. Well, and that's exactly what I've been dealing with. It's all the triggers, and then working through those in order to put it all back where it comes from, where it belongs, or to do something even better than that if possible. But really, yeah. Anything. I feel like, what did we say beyond 10 of Cups? Believe that good things can happen and will happen. I know everything ends in death anyway, or, you know, transportation from here to wherever we want to get to. So the thing I would say about that is, the bigger picture. What are we doing this for? And it's not all just for this life. The relationships you build in this world are not just for this life. They are for the ultimate destination. The ultimate destination, yes. And things that can't be resolved now can be resolved in that ultimate destination, because some people can't believe until they get there, and you can believe now. And you are acting now. But, yeah, good times are possible here, but basically it's still a prison planet. So I'm not out to actually try to achieve total happiness while I'm here. I'm out to achieve whatever it is I'm here that I agreed to do, so that I pay it forward for whatever the end goal is. So that if whatever we're here to do, if that helps get us to the better, the safer place, then let's get on with it. And whatever good times we can have while we're here, awesome. But a lot of people live on this earth that don't get to have really any good times at all. So that can't be my motivation, and I don't know that it's yours either. If it is, more power to you, but I would say consider, for all the trouble that you're going through, for all the grief you're going through, I think there's a bigger destination, definitely a bigger destination. And so, I don't think there's anything else to say. Really, Aries. We're on point, we're on track. She's intervening. I think that's the baseline, is that there's crap going down. Probably you might be feeling extremely isolated. And it's because it's an inevitable consequence of your path. And it's only for now. It's for what has to happen right now. Because you are not destined for loneliness, okay? You are not destined for this isolation. Beautiful. Okay, I promise I have to get my drawing website finished. There's a lot of heavy psychic work going into the writing for that has been bogging me down for years. And so it's, I hope to be back within a couple of weeks. I will do my best, I promise. And thank you. Thank you very much for all the support, Aries. Much love. Actually, one more thing, Aries. I know I forgot to go back to these first two cards that popped out, and I'm just going to hold them up, same as the others, and then I'm going to read them out, because I do feel like let's turn it around and read it now. Changes in the air. Sometimes we take things for granted and forget to stop and realize how incredible the ordinary things can be. Growth does often seem improbable, yet it happens every day in many ways. So too is something growing in your life that seems at the moment unlikely or impossible, yet it will happen anyway. Have faith, trust your feelings, and relax. Changes in the air, I would say. And that's her at work. And then this one. I've got some solitary energy there. Except for the lamb. The lambs. kind of a fool energy there. Fabulous. Yeah. Keeping it simple. Your mind may convince you that manifesting your destiny is more difficult or complex than it needs to be. Yet the guidance of the Divine Mother is to keep things simple. Do what you can do. Let go of everything else. What were we saying about the detail work? And they're interfering with the detail work. Yes? And that destiny, that 10 of Cups. Keep things simple. So somebody, yeah, they're all complicating everything. They're all complicating. And it's already complex enough as it is. Okay, Aries. Till next time.